boldip.com.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Bold Inventor Show, Bold Patent Show. It used to be called the Bold Patent Show. I'm JD Hoovener, and that is Matt Colseth. For those on the video, hey, what's going on?
My friend?
Oh man, life is good. Life is good. Kids are back to school. Nice and quiet. Getting a lot of work done. It's time to buckle down. We've got a real sense of, hey, let's do this. We have 4 months left of the year. Just talked with Megan and the team. We're fired up to get things rolling this next couple few months. I've got a new book I'm working on.
Yeah.
I might drop the title if I'm going to put a teaser in later on in the show. It's very
stick around to the end though. That's how.
Yeah, I'm not just going to give it out. Exactly.
No, you can't give away the ending, right?
Yeah. Well, and how are you? What's up with you? Anything going on?
Kids back at school. I'm headed out west. Gonna go chase some elk.
Yeah, that's right. It's that time of year.
Next week, and I don't have a tag with me this year. I'm just going with some friends. They're hunting, and I'm, just still longing for color commentary. Sorry.
Oh, there you go. You're still volunteering at the fire department.
Still a volunteer firefighter. So that's the page in the background.
Check that pager. For those that are maybe new to the show, listening now and for the first time, we are attorneys. We're at Bold Patents Law Firm. I'm a patent attorney, and Matt's a trademark attorney. And while we're not giving away legal advice today on live air, we're happy to answer any questions you've got and do our best to answer them. But don't put anything confidential in here. No attorney-client privilege. But we are live across Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube yet again. And we've got our guest waiting backstage, a client of ours, Sarah Noet, kind enough to, we chatted with her really briefly. I'm excited to have her on. She's doing a lot. And so we'll start kind of with way back at the beginning, and then she can tell us about what has happened in the past several years. Before that, I want to offer up, if there's anyone out there with live questions, any curiosities, hypotheticals, we're happy to take those. I don't see anybody live on right now, Matt, but if we do anybody pop in, I'll mention that again. We have a couple of preloaded questions. If we can start with that, Matt, anything you've got to say before we jump to that?
Let's do it. Before we get in, I do have something. New scam at Amazon and the USPTO. You want to
we're having an alarm. Okay.
This one's a weird one. Can I give you a little details? A little kind of.
Oh yeah. Oh, let's dive in.
I hate a good scam.
Alert. Yeah.
So I had the weirdest cancellation proceeding going on right now. It's where my client reached out to me and let us know that their brand on Amazon had been flagged for trademark infringement by this third party in here in the United States. I'm gonna say that. Looked into it, and the trademark that was claimed against my client was for this generic household item. Think of maybe a scissors, an outline of a scissors, right?
Okay, and your client is doing a totally different product?
My client sells scissors.
Okay, interesting.
So what's going on is this person registered this outline of a scissors and is going around enforcing its design mark against all these different people at Amazon.
Oh, wow.
Basically trying to corner the market on scissors by knocking out anyone who basically has a picture of scissors on their logo on Amazon. And it's not just, I use scissors as an example, it's not just scissors, it's many other items at Amazon.
What?
And so I just thought it was just the weirdest thing ever, right? I was like, what is going on? I looked this person up. I couldn't find out who this person was filing this thing. They seemed really nebulous. They wouldn't respond to emails. Their phone wasn't listed. It went to voicemail. No one actually answered. Weird, right? I get an email from this attorney last week, and he's like, hey, I think that we might be litigating against the same individual here. And so I got a call with him a little bit earlier today, and it's this weird scam that is impacting dozens of other big businesses at Amazon.
That's wild. So it's a design patent?
What's that?
It's a design patent?
It's a design logo. It's a design mark.
Mark.
So they've registered a bunch of generic outlines of pictures of things.
Yeah.
And then they're enforcing those generic pictures at Amazon and getting all these. I mean, so my client makes hundreds of thousands of dollars a year on one of these products.
Sure.
And so you can imagine how, mad they are.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So yeah, weird scam. And I still have not figured out what the real payout is here, right? Like, they haven't asked for any money yet. They haven't responded to us yet. They haven't responded to anyone yet.
Well, it seems like some sort of a sabotage, right? A sabotage on individuals to make them hire attorneys like you, spin their wheels, and maybe just slow them down.
Yeah, I mean, it's I guess pretty cheap for them to do it, right? Spent $350 on government fees, and then got a registration, snuck a registration through somehow, and then basically they're going after all these other third parties for free on Amazon, and then they're having to pay us thousands of dollars to play whack-a-mole. So
yeah, it's a shame. Seems like a bad actor that maybe super smart and figured out a loophole way to get through, and I think Amazon's going to close it. I would imagine.
I hope so.
Right?
I hope so.
Once we figure it all out. So yeah, well, you heard it here first. That's interesting. I mean, I would say.
Yeah. So I have my cousin's husband is a senior attorney at Amazon Legal.
Ooh.
So I'm hopefully going to try to chat with him.
Yeah.
At least point me to someone at Amazon who wants to take a closer look at all this stuff, because yeah, it's not good. Amazon's losing money and they can't have that.
No, I hear that. I'll just come up with a question. I think that is apropos, given what you just laid out. What is the difference between a design mark and a word mark?
Good question. So let's start with the word mark. Word marks protect letters of a name. So, bold patents, BOLD, space patents, right? Okay. No claim to color, font, design language, style, anything like that. Typically, that's what we want to get for clients, if we can get them, because they're strong, they're easier to enforce. If you change the logo in the future, you don't have to refile them. So really versatile trademarks. And then design marks are the logo version of a word mark. So, color claims, design language, stylization, potentially font, that sort of thing, color.
So in this example, to kind of keep working it through, these people have a design mark of a scissors, let's say. I know it's your hypothetical, but would that prevent someone from registering the word mark scissors for the same class, potentially? It would not.
But, the word scissors would not be registrable in that class because it's merely descriptive of the product.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
But yeah, it's, and it's not uncommon for us to be able to register like a design mark of the thing, right? If there's some unique design elements to it. In the cases that I've seen at the Trademark Trial and Appeal Board, this individual has registered like very generic design elements, like black, white, and they've done them for a variety of different items in a single category at the USPTO, and buried in those items is the generic item. So, buried in the category with the scissors and the paper clips and all the other stuff is the word scissors, right?
Okay, got it. So it's just a big trouble.
They've snuck these through and basically, got I don't even know what you want to call it. I mean, yeah, it's an invalid trademark, right? That they're using to basically bully stick people with. So
yeah,
it's frustrating.
Well, very clear answer, says Gabriella.
Good. I'm glad Gabriella thinks so, because I don't think so. Because I can't explain the scam yet. So I'll let you know ultimately what the scam is, because I imagine at some point they're going to ask for money, or like you said, JD, they're just there to try to gum up the works.
It was what it seems like, just hearing you describe it, but obviously I'm pretty far removed.
I suppose these folks could probably figure out who the biggest sellers are in these categories that they're competing in, and then try to take them down one at a time, right?
Yeah. This is a fascinating topic. Let's just stay with this. So is it true that you're hearing from Amazon in terms of, is there an internal tribunal within Amazon for these types of trademark disputes?
So that is a good question. So the way that it typically works at Amazon is everything goes through Amazon Seller Central. So if you're an Amazon brand owner or a seller on Amazon, you have an account through Amazon Seller Central.
Okay.
All disputes go through that. So when you communicate with Amazon or Amazon disputes, it all goes through Amazon Seller Central. Remind me, where do you want to go with that question?
Well, here, maybe I'll simplify it. So you answered my first question is yes, it does go through the internal portal. It's not like you're getting served with a federal, complaint.
Right.
So the next question I'm asking is what's happening here? Does it seem like these spam complaints, disputes, are triggering an automated flag on Amazon system? There's no human saying, "Oh yeah." There's no human involved yet. It's automated.
If there is a human, it's very, very not well informed. Right. The individuals making these initial decisions are not making very well informed decisions.
Right.
I've seen complaints at Amazon where the complainant is not the owner of the trademark registration, and they're alleging trademark infringement for a third-party owner. And I've seen those approved by Amazon, which makes no sense.
Yeah.
But generally, by and large, if someone submits a complaint against you on Amazon and cites a valid trademark registration number, they're going to get that item pulled down, at least initially.
Right.
In the case for our clients, we responded back to that takedown notice to Amazon Seller Central through Amazon Brand Registry, which is a whole other thing, and got nowhere initially. So we responded. They said, "Sorry, we can't help you." So we ended up filing the cancellation with the Trademark Trial and Appeal Board, which is the litigation arm of the USPTO. And once we submitted that, I resent a letter to Amazon, including the cancellation proceeding. And then at that point, they said, "Oh, it looks like you're serious. We're gonna reinstate it for the time being." So my client is getting out of it what they want, which is to be reinstated. But based on the amount of other folks that are kind of dealing with the same seller, and it seems like it's the same individual potentially.
Yeah.
We're going to just, I guess, pursue this to the end.
Yeah. Final question on that is, in the end, would there ever be a quote win for your client where they could actually seek costs, damages, that type of thing from this wrongdoer?
Yeah, I would love that. Practically speaking, I don't think this individual is who they say they are on any of these trademark registrations that they own.
Yeah.
So I don't think that we're ever going to find out who this individual really is.
Yeah.
So I don't think that there's going to be any consequences for them, at least from a civil standpoint. Now, like I said, I'm hoping to meet with Amazon legal here in the next week or two when I get back from my trip. And at that point, if they don't like what they're seeing, I would not doubt if they try to refer this onward to the feds potentially.
Yeah,
because,
got it.
The three other attorneys that I've known about and spoken with at this point or had communications with, it seems like this is a big deal for their clients too. This is not, impacting $200-$300 here and there. This is hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Right. Big deal. Well, thank you, Matt. That was awesome. I learned a ton. Hopefully the audience did as well.
Yeah. And, I wish I could say I did all the legwork on it. I didn't. This other attorney really put the pieces together. So
yeah. Do you want to give them a shout out, or is that going to be confidential?
I'm going to keep that under my hat for the time being.
Sounds good.
Because we'll see where this goes.
No worries. We'll love to get an update on that. Well, good. Let's bring on our guest. Sarah's been waiting patiently backstage. Sarah Nouette, welcome to the Bold Inventor Show.
Hello. Nice to see you guys.
Same. Thanks for hanging out. Hopefully you're able to learn a thing or two about trademarks with me in the past few minutes. Were you able to keep up with us?
Oh yeah. Kind of, but it's just, it's silly what all the scams are out there that people are trying to do all day long.
Isn't it crazy, Sarah?
Yeah.
So many of them. It's sad.
Well, I just wish people would find healthier things to do, but until then, we'll just keep fighting the demons.
Just waste time.
Yeah. I can go on for a while about that, and let's come back. Maybe we have some extra time.
Yeah, we spent a whole.
Sarah, welcome to the show. You're an inventor and a founder of Apex Concrete, and amongst other things. For those that might have had a chance to look you up on LinkedIn, I'd love to have you tell us about yourself. Tell us about kind of your your background, take as far back as you'd want to, and what led you to inventing this concrete, being a co-inventor for this concrete product.
Absolutely. Thank you. Yeah. I mean, trigger warnings. No, just kidding. Oh, goodness. No, it's been an interesting road as a female founder in the concrete tool space, that's for sure. And, but I was made for it, with 11 siblings, and we had a lot of foster kids that we took in. My dad ran a homeless shelter when I was growing up. So, and we had like one of those kind of Goodwill churches or Goodwill stores, if you will, that we would get things from and make things with. And so as a kid, we were always, my family, we just made things work as they were able to work. And so my brother, John, is an amazing concrete artist. And so he realized that there was a need for a better trowel, because the trowel that the people are working with, the hand trowel, hasn't been innovated since caveman days. So, he's John is 50. We're 50-50 on the patent, because I pretty much drove it from, having it, watching it be made, and then helping get it. It needs to be into the industry, because, concrete work is so hard. You see all these reels on all the concrete construction workers, and it's like slave labor. And so our trowel is going to make it where you can like basically stand up and weed eater trowel concrete. And it's the only patented wall power trowel, and it's really cool. It goes on a drill. And you guys have done an excellent job with securing my patent. And because you guys did such a good job, I've been able to get really good advisors that have helped me. And so with the advisors, and also with the difficulty of being, a female in this space, which it's fine. I like doing difficult things, so we're good. But I kind of had to find shelter with the sustainability crowd, with the green crowd, like I felt like those people were like nice to me. Other construction people, just a note, when you have women around we're really good innovators. I tell you what, we can see something that we're like, let's try it this way, but it's happening. And so I ended up joining up with a greener concrete company in the Seattle area, like we're in the Pacific Northwest. And so one of my good friends here in Mukilteo, Jason Moon, is one of the people that I just see at events all the time. And, when you're an inventor and when you have something you want to get out there, I think it's important to like be present in physical spaces with others, AKA events, or, however that looks, hopefully not fights. So then I started working with this Zeolite Composites group, and I'm just like, I fell in love with the mineral. It's amazing. And it cleans the soil and water and from toxins like lead and copper and arsenic. And it, they did this project in LA where they cleaned the soil of lead from the Exile battery plant in LA. And, there's a big problem like remediating dirt and stuff. And the idea of digging out dirt and then bringing it to a dirty dirt dump is like not a small feat. But it actually is, it can be much better, and it will be, out there on the market for everybody soon. But it's, you can just spread our dust on the soil, and then it'll clean from the lead and arsenic and copper and stuff. So that's Zeolite Composites is that. And then there's many different applications within there: turf infill, oil spill cleanup, a cat litter. The cats can eat it. So it's like one of the only cat litters that's organic, and it has an afterlife at the dumps, because it helps to clean the dumps after it's done being a cat litter. So if the billion people use it that have cats in the world, imagine what we can do with the landfills.
Fantastic. So you're doing much more than concrete out there in the world. I mean, so let's stay with the Apex Concrete for a second. So are you in business? Are you selling this product now?
I just got my first pitch deck yesterday. I'm so proud of it with Clistar because I joined up with Clistar. I'm on the board at Clistar, a director of global engagement. And so we have amazing team of architects that have gotten, like, one of the architects has gotten the presidential certificate of lifetime achievement from President Biden with his work. Like, that's how good this guy is on our Clistar board. He's an architect, but done really cool things. Well, they created my African dream neighborhood. So we're going to be working to develop Africa. And so one of the things is with the zeolite and with the concrete, work with me here, it is a cement replacement. So greenerconcrete.com, the Zeolite Composites mineral, the reason why I'm really in love with it with my concrete tool is because it makes carbon-free or low-carbon concrete. It's a cement replacement additive. Okay. So, but it's better because it's stronger and you can use less of it. And it should have cost parity. So, we're working on the travel stuff with the greener concrete. But the cool thing is with the 3D concrete printers, with the other glue, because Zeolite Composites is like a glue when it comes to concrete, if you will. But you can add the aggregate, the rocks, into the 3D machines with our glue. Whereas the other glue cement products, I think that they're just using mortar. I don't think that they're putting the rocks and the aggregate into the machines. Therefore, our walls are just stronger and better and less carbon.
Cool.
And we're so that's where the trowel is coming into play, because honestly, I think a lot of the people that are going to buy my product are going to have the bigger power trowels as well, because they've already kind of gone there into the space with a power trowel, and they're not going to want to use like the hand trowel once they've got the machine that does the regular stuff. So going global with some of these groups was strategic for me when trying to implement my tool, my product. And that was the other reason why I joined up with the Global Environmental Network of Intelligence and Innovations group, which is the Gen AI. And so I'm excited to bring this group into the United States. And that's what we're doing right now is I did a fellowship of this group in the spring, kind of summertime. And what it is unsiloing and unfractionalizing, entrepreneurs, scientists, and these people, so that we have a better open source information for people that need to have like a trademark attorney or a patent attorney or or somebody in the science space, or a lot of the things that we're going to be working on with my group is going to be real estate related, because the work that I do and have done has been in real estate and development also. And one of the things that we're doing is we're working on bringing a global real estate app into the world so that we can buy and sell real estate globally and open source that. So that's kind of like my big picture. And the trowel is going to come all the way with me as well as other patents we're going to do.
Fantastic. Okay. Wow, it's a ton. Thank you for laying that out. I think, walk us through that, the commercialization path. You mentioned, coming up with these more sustainable, concrete product, a higher strength product with zeolite. Let's talk about that. What is zeolite? I've never heard of it. Is it new? And is your combination there unique? Or is it kind of just you're finding that a nice pairing with this trowel product?
Yeah. So zeolite's a mineral, and there's a lot of zeolite mines and mineral out there. And so we have a few different mines of the mineral of zeolite, and it replaces
So it's a natural existing.
It's a natural organic mineral in the Mojave Desert in California is where our mines are located.
You've got mines, or just are we as a people?
The company that I work with, that I have a contract with, the mines that we work with for zeolitecomposites.com or greenerconcrete.com, and you can see like the information and a lot of the research that's done. These teams are amazing, and they've done a really good. I have a business development relationship with them right now, and so yeah,
cool.
It's a mineral, and there are different kinds of it. There's different kinds all over the world, and none of them, to our knowledge, have been able to.
Is this the right website here? This one?
Yeah, that's it. There's UW, big Husky fans.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so this is their website. It's kind of limited right now, but they're just getting started, perhaps.
No, it's not limited. There's a ton, and if you go way down to the bottom, you'll see all the different companies and the different applications that there are. And
oh yeah, okay.
It's a really amazing, sustainable mineral.
That's great.
So, Sarah, what does this replace in typical concrete?
It replaces cement.
Okay, so is it the binding agent, or is it? I guess what are the properties of zeolite? I'm curious.
Yeah, it is. There's a way that we do mix it with the plants that has proprietary applications to it. So, there is the Greener Concrete website. You'll see like our concrete projects. We've been working really closely with the union. I love the guys at the Apprentice Union in Seattle. So we've been doing a lot of projects, basically getting it out there. And so now we're just getting ready to scale. And I don't want to say too much about a lot of those things. You know how it is. You guys are attorneys. Sure. But at the same time, you'll see my information about the team on those 2 pages as well. And I've been just loving getting it out into the world. Like recently, I just got connected with Geneva with the SDG Academy. And so they're very excited to work with me on my projects, and they're helping me write grants, and they're helping me figure out how I'm a 501c7 or a 501c6, and then teaching me how to do the grants, which is probably the biggest advice I would give out there, is to start applying for grants as soon as you're starting to get patents going. I wish I would have done this when I first started. I have friends that would be like, I told you so. And now I've got the Air Force interested in writing a grant for my trowel right now. So I've got a grant writer that's helping me do that. So give a shout out for Robert Wagner, who's a grant writer for that.
Well, this is a big deal. So Zeolite Composites. Now, was that one of the foots in the door, is that you had this invention and part of networking just got you into Zeolite Composites?
I would say so. I think so, because it's definitely been the kind of yeah. And I think that I do add an element to the team that's unique, because it's a lot of scientists in the team. Right. And, there's personality differences for people. So I cringe sometimes at myself, because I'm I'm sorry. I'm so making, but it's fun because I learn so much by these very distinguished scientists, and I work with a lot of scientists in a lot of different rooms and stuff like that. But I think that they kind of let me be the messy human who helps put the unsiloing together, and just, so and I kind of pretend like I'm a little messier than I actually am. I don't know.
You present like a type B, but you're a type A, behind closed doors, maybe.
Yeah.
So tell us, maybe what can you talk about projects that are really near term?
Thank you.
With with Zeolite Composites. What's exciting? What's on the horizon?
Okay, so I need you guys to check out 195 in 365 with Johan, because that's what we're really getting behind right now. Because what Johan's doing is he's going around the world. He's hitting all 195 countries in 365 days. And he's kind of trailblazing for us, because a lot of what we're doing involves government regulation, policy, education, figuring out who's who, like I'm really interested in helping third world countries. I mean, US is going to get it. Like, don't get me wrong, but like, I don't mind helping out Africa that needs to learn how to like not do concrete in bare feet, because it's really unhealthy.
Right. So how do I find 195? Is there a link you could share?
Yeah, and what we're doing is we're doing a soccer ball, and that's kind of some of the big projects that I'm working on with Clistar as well. With Clistar, we're putting together a project with Senegal, and we're working on, that's where they're putting the UN, one of the locations there in Senegal, and we're really close friends there. And so we're putting together like a soccer arena, and we're doing some affordable housing. I'm working on a 3D concrete printed house there on the water in Senegal. It's going to be amazing. I think it's going to be one of the first ones. I don't know. Maybe there's other that have been done in Africa, but the soccer ball initiative is important because how we're putting out the global goals are 17 sustainable development goals that really help us protect our planet and our humanity and us as people. And so what we're doing is we're doing this like TikTok challenge. We're having all these like athletes and politicians drop the soccer ball and kick it. And we're going around the world. And so it's being documented. So you'll see different films, and I'm a part of a few different books right now. So cool. That's all.
No, you're good. I'm having trouble keeping up with you. Just to be honest with you, I want to kind of keep us a little bit more focused. I hate to kind of rein you in, but my goodness, you've got a lot of energy. I'd like to share the patent that we got. Patent, bringing us right back to the
well, I don't really. Okay.
You don't want to look at that?
I mean, there's just things about it that I wanna that I'm working on.
Let's hear about it. What are you? So this is the front page of the patent that was issued August 29th, 2023.
Yeah.
You're listed as co-inventor, obviously, with John. That's your brother, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And it's a smoothing device, right? So this is a powered trowel. And so I'd love to hear what you want. I want to show it off there, but to make sure everybody knew this was a granted patent. We're not BSing here. This is you're a real inventor, and you're working with a lot of different companies and institutions to bring this to market, make global impact. But I do want to hear from you, what is next with this tool? Where is that going to be seen by the public?
I toured the factory in Vietnam in April, and that was really fun. And so I've got a factory ready to manufacture it. And my prototype engineer, Noah McNeely from Product Quick Start, he's invented 2 Shark Tank winning patents, or Shark Tank winning prototypes. And Noah's amazing. And so it's taken a little bit longer to get it out there. So, I know that I've said it in my circles, it's going to be out here, it's going to be out there. I'm hoping that we have it on the shelves in January. Some of the safety stuff on a trowel is a little bit, like there's just things around it that I also want to make sure I feel good about being out there.
Can we dive into that? Because that's, I think, what people want to hear.
Okay.
What are the hurdles you had to clear, as specific as you can be, regarding labeling? You mentioned safety. Let's talk about that.
Yeah,
because there's a giant blade whipping around here, right?
Right.
Sharp
It's a giant blade, and it can cut off all kinds of things. And it's so I had to figure out a safe enough guard that would do the job, but you could still see the work that you're doing. Protect. And then just developing the pitch has been something that's been, because people have different pitches when you finished concrete. And so having a adjustable pitch thing, and it's got adjustable blades.
Oh,
And
the pitch, not like the sales or the investor pitch. I'm thinking of that. The pitch in terms of the angle.
You know what she's talking about, JD. You're a Boeing guy. You know about
I am. I've been pitched, but no, but exactly. And that's more yaw, Matt.
yaw than pitch.
Yeah. Airplane. It's about.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, so please go on. So, what's the toughest thing you had to deal with? I say, what's the with the manufacturing and the tooling? Give us an example, maybe one or two things, lessons learned in that process.
Well, the lesson learned was I thought and was told to like get my business paperwork all in order and not necessarily to worry as much about having the prototype dialed in. Like I had received advice that like if I put my business stuff in order and if I got my like paid for safe agreements and these things, then I would get the investors and then I could then finish the prototype and have a working prototype. And that was a mistake. I should have spent the money, had a working prototype. I mean, a lot of people want to have a video of it, but I don't know. I've heard back and forth on the video thing because like I put a video of it out on Instagram and it went crazy, like 13,000 hits in 2 days, and I didn't want it to go that fast because like I didn't want people to make it.
Yeah. You don't have any on the shelf yet, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So why is prototyping so important?
Because people want to see that it works. So even though I have videos of it working, and even though I've had other prototypes of it working, having the manufacturer version ready prototype is like very important in the investors, like where you're at on seeding, I think.
Okay. Yeah. And so you thought maybe you overspent in terms of getting the entity just right, the operating governance, the investor packages ready. So interesting. Okay. You would have maybe held back on some of that and focused more on putting your capital toward building the thing, getting it refined to a design or market ready state. Is that right?
Yeah. And I encourage people to really apply yourself on LinkedIn because ever since I've been working harder on LinkedIn to make connections and join founder forums. Sometimes you feel like you're an imposter in these founder groups because, you don't have everything's not buttoned up yet, but that's exactly where you should be is in the founder groups, getting things buttoned up and ask of questions and stuff like that. So I kind of went backwards on that land. Yeah.
But you're still moving forward, right?
Sideways or in circles or something.
One step back, two step forward. So let's talk about bringing this thing home, getting it landed, as they say on Shark Tank, right? How far out are you, realistically?
Well, I've got a booth at the World of Concrete, and I've got some awards there.
World of Concrete, that's a conference? The World of
in Vegas in January.
Love it. Okay. You got a booth. Sweet.
Yeah.
You'll have it with you when you're there?
Yeah, that's the idea. I should have them with me. That's where we're planning on launching. And then I've got like a guaranteed best-selling book that's being written about my story and stuff like that. So that's supposed to be out in January as well. So, and then, Clistar is putting out like a video game and there's a bunch of stuff that's going to be rolling out this winter that might have my name on it. So it's kind of exciting.
I'm add you to Google alerts if you're not already there. So January is a big thing. So what has to happen between now and January to get that magic to happen?
Yeah. So I'm doing a lot of restructuring with my companies, and I have a partnership with a really cool group called Apex Carbon Systems, and that partnership is it's actually what the trowel is in the partnership of Apex Carbon Systems. So even though I'm on here as Apex Concrete Innovations, it's more because that entity we're still putting together like all of the pieces, the website and everything. But that group is amazing. And one of my partners there has like over 200, he's in over 200 stores. He's over 60% of the SKUs in Costco. He's got a partnership in some of these companies. And then Karsten Goslau is the founder of Carbon Sponge. And that's one of my 4 partners on this JV with Apex Carbon Systems. And we're going to be putting out the best data centers. We've got contracts on like billions of dollars of data centers in Texas and North Carolina with this partnership and with the trowel. So the idea with the trowel, and one of the guys is in the Marines and he does special concrete with the Marines too. So as far as once the Zeolite Composites stuff moves around and I'm just I'm trying to work on my business structuring with these companies right now. And then we're going to put out the trowel. We're going to start manufacturing the trowel and then the book is part of that too. And it's a lot.
Cool. Good. Well, hey, no worry. You got a lot going on. I want to stay super laser focused on that commercialization of the trowel.
Yes.
That's just a very small part of what you're doing. But for me, it's important because a lot of inventors struggle with that part of actually getting to the point where it's ready for sale. And, so let's say you're at this trade show. What is the perfect person or company or thing that could happen at that event that would be just mind blowing in terms of getting your trowel out? What would that cool relationship, conversation, deal look like?
Yeah, what I really would like to do is I'd like to develop partnerships with Makita and DeWalt and the different people that are making drill bits. Okay. And I'd like to have like a relationship with them to where they can all make our drill bit, because it can do so many different things. It can be so many different sizes. It can have many different applications. So I would love to have relationships with people that are wanting to work with me on the trowel and innovate the trowel in that way.
Fantastic. So is that, lots of different ways to have relationships. Are you thinking like a licensing, or would you be open to doing like a outright sale and a lump sum kind of a deal with this?
I think it's early to do a sale. I think I need to build it out a little bit, just because I know there's so many things that I want to do to it before we sell it. So I think it's going to be 4 or 5 years till we sell it. And so right now, the plan would just be to license with companies.
Cool. What about kind of the basics of, say, proving that this is better than a hand trowel? I know some of us, maybe that's an assumption, but is it actually better? And have you proven it, that it's better, more efficient, all those sort of key buzzwords?
The people that have used it and put the statements on our questionnaires, it's much better. It's much easier. It moves the hand further away from the mud, which is safer and healthier too. And it just makes it easier to finish concrete. Like anybody can do it with the trowel. Not anybody can do it. That's a broad statement. But it makes it a lot easier to finish concrete than it does with the big awkward hand trowel.
Yeah, I think I remember talking to you way back when, and the example was in a vertical application. I think it was stairs you were talking about. Is that right? Trying to do an awkward, trowel movement with traditional tools was virtually impossible. And so there's some really cool, unique applications. I think that would be pretty good to highlight. Have you found any other, unique concrete surfaces that are really, really a good fit for your trowel?
Yeah, like the pan, they have that circle pan for concrete. So that'll be one of the attachments to the bit. And then like the shotcrete, and especially the utility workers, they're just going to, people in the military that need to get in and out of a situation, having a tool like this is just going to make it so much easier.
Wonderful. Matt, any comments from you? Thoughts, questions?
No, it was nice meeting you today, Sarah.
For sure. Yeah, no, I encourage you guys to be a part of the Gen I group too. We're going to do the forum in October, and then you'll have to check out what our documentary and stuff is on Clistar to look out for that stuff.
Love it. Can I post in the comments here your LinkedIn profile? Is that a good place for people to kind of try to stay up with you, what all you're doing?
Yeah, no, and I encourage everybody to reach out, and I usually put them in with some of the groups that I'm working with. And I know it looks like I do a lot, but I actually have a lot of people to help me. So,
well, that's great. That's great. You built quite the network, and very impressive. Since first talking to you, you're doing a whole lot out in the world. For Matt, myself, and Bold, wishing you, the best of success. Truly.
Yeah, you guys have been so great. We're working on more projects too. So, this isn't like a goodbye situation. Just
no,
you're not getting rid of me this quick, but we'll still, yeah, I'll be working with on our next patents here in another month or so.
100%. Happy to chat about that. And I want to hear the update after the big trade show event in January. So Sarah, wishing you a good day. We'll wrap up our show.
Cool.
Good day, everybody. Have a good one. Go big, go bold.
Thank you.
Go big, go bold at boldip.com.